Right, so somebody messaged me asking me how can they use music theory to write a song, and I'm going to show you how. So let's get into it. Now, obviously there's tons of ways to write songs. I'm just going to cover a way to write songs that's going to make sense in a key that'll probably cover most of the stuff that you hear on the radio. Obviously there's fancier techniques and things like that, but we're just going to cover the basics. So first things first, we got to pick a key and then write out the scale. Now, if you don't know how to write out a major scale, go ahead and check out my video on that. I have it pinned to the top of my page. Take a few seconds to look at that, and this will all make a lot of sense. All right, so I've got my key. I'm rolling with the key of D here, and I've got the scale written out. It's got two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to number it 1, 2, 3, 4 until I get to the end of the scale. So let's do that. Now that we've got our numbers, we're going to apply the Nashville number system, which is essentially just diatonic harmony. Again, that sounds scary, but all that means is there's a process to this. So this here, your 2 is always minor, your 3 is always minor, your 6 is always minor, and then 1, 4, 5 are major chords, and then your 7 is diminished. So all that means is that if I'm writing a song in the key of D, the chords that I know are going to work good together are D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp diminished, and then I'm back to D major. So these are going to be kind of the colors that we're painting with to write a song in the key of D. From here, it gets really easy. So all I do is I just pick out some numbers, right? I could go 1, 4, 6, 5. I could go 1, 6, 4, 5. I could go 1, 2, 4, 5. I could go 1, 5, 6, 3, whatever. These are your combinations of chords that you can use to write a song. So I'm gonna write out a couple and let's just hear what they sound like. All right, so I'm gonna let you hear some of these patterns. Here's the first pattern. 1, 4, 6, 5 is me going D, G, B minor, A. Let's hear what that sounds like. So if I go here, 1, 2, 4, 5, I'm going D, E minor, and then I'm going G to A. So let's hear what that sounds like. Here's 6, 4, 1, 5 would be a B minor, a G, a D, and an A. And then here I have 1, 6, 5, 4, which would be D, B minor, A to G. So once you pick your key, you know the notes that are in the key, and then from there you know what chords that are in your key. It takes like 30 seconds to come up with a good chord progression. We've got 4 of them here that you could use in a song, and you can make up your own. Now again, there's more interesting things you can do every once in a while. Throwing in a minor 4 sounds good, flat 7s sound good, right? There's all kinds of extra stuff you can do, but your basic kind of pop radio hits kind of work with these. Your most common chords that you'll see is the 1, the 4, the 6, and the 5. Just so you can see it within the context of another key, let's say we're writing a song in the key of G. I write out my G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and then I apply the same numbers I did to the key of D. Right? I count all the way up. My 2 is always minor, my 3 is always minor, my 6 is always minor. My 1, 4, and 5 are my major chords, and my 7 is diminished. But diminished chords, you see them used less likely in your typical pop kind of hits. But let's talk about these. So I could go the key of G. I know G, D, E minor, C would fit because they're all part of this scale. G, C, A minor, D would work, A minor being my 2 chord, right? E minor, C, G, D would work, C, G, A minor, D. So once you have the scale, Then you have the chords, right? You number it out. 2 is always minor, 3 is always minor, 6 is always minor. 1, 4, 5 are major, 7 is diminished. Then all you're doing is choosing different combinations.